Good afternoon all, this is Darth Rabbit 07 coming at you today with another mainline Rise of the Beast quick review. I am just too tickled that I found this morning. I had to go to one Walmart, found the standee, went to the second Walmart and found the figure without the standee. So that was a little mixed there, and then when I got to the cash register, the sticker shock is absolutely horrible. But we'll see if it lives up to that sticker shock. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below there. Thanks again to all those that have subscribed. Let's get this thing a rocking. Thank you again for watching. And here is Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal mainline core Voyager figure in his box. The box art actually looks pretty good in person. The stuff that you see there, you got Optimus full body shot from the CGI model. Hopefully that's the updated, and I thought they were more green than they were blue, but we'll see how that goes in the movie when we get there in June. He gets from robot mode to beast mode and back again in 24 steps. Looks like some cannons sticking up. It's a pretty nice way they did the swords there. And angry Optimus Prime monkey face. And seeing Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beast and Optimus Primal here next to each other on the shelf was the same kind of excitement I felt at Toys R Us when I first watched Beast Wars back in 1997, then went to Toys R Us back then and found the Ultra Class Optimus Primal and the Ultra Class Megatron, and that sense of excitement was there again with this. But then I get to the cash register and that thing was ringing up $33.97. So if you get two of them, you're going to spend $72.50 roughly here in the US. Just wanted to give you that heads up on that sticker shock. And speaking of stuff to help you find in stores so you don't be as shocked, here's a helping hand if you are looking for this. Let's get Primal out of the box and onto the turntable and take a closer look. And quickly showing off the instructions. There it is again. Looks like the Buzzworthy Bumblebee stuff things, two swords, and a little bit of stuff on the back. Gets there in 24 steps, slightly 4 more steps than the Optimus Prime. And then here is what you get on card this time around. And a look at the back of the box to show the butt of the monkey jokes. And going to go bananas for getting this thing out of the cardboard thing and its bindings that tie. And of course the dogs start barking. And let's see, this is Optimus Primal in his robot mode as he is out of package, and a quick little spin around to let you see how it looks right there. And then we got the back and how the weapons store on the back. He's got two of those awesome Optimus Primal swords. And of course the dogs will bark, I swear they will bark. And then you might see Ozzy trailing around back in the background there as the video goes. He's getting some vitamin D after having surgery a couple of days ago. But yeah, this guy is definitely going to need a trip into the paint shop, as it's got all this full body details and stuff, but none of it really pops because of the lack of extra paint. They do got some silver there, to be fair, and some silver there, and then solid gray plastic fists, some silver here. And the head has some silver on the face mask. And then you go down to the feet and legs, you got some more of that silver, but I just feel like it needs to be broke up a bit more. Even more traditional Optimus Primal colors might help this all the way around. I imagine that this butt will be the actual monkey chest eventually. Hadn't actually transformed it yet, but we will get that going on here in a minute. Let's just go through that articulation and show you that it got all the way around right there at the sides. It can go all the way out to the sides, just like that. He can get the full van damage. Working way back up to the arms to finish that off. It has upper bicep swivel, has full 90 there at the elbow area, and all the way around at the wrist. So check, check, and check. So I want to preface this: if they can't like give the lower class figures that kind of articulation for the top part and the articulation at the waist, you can go all the way around, move the butt flap out of the way, you can get a little bit more. I mean, this is stuff that should be staple holds and stuff. Shouldn't be left out. Kick up that far, go back that far, move the kibble out just a little bit more. You get a little bit right there. 90 at the knee, but it's got some gappage, and then it's got a transformation joint there too, and some ankle tilt, not all as much as other stuff or even Optimus, but he's got some toe articulation, or actually a transformation joint that gives it toe articulation down the side like that. And this articulation thing should be just like a staple hole that moving forward with the figures. If they can't do it in the smaller class, omit it. and just stick with doing Voyager Beast Wars, and I think everybody would be happy with that. And let's get him in a weapons pose real quick before we keep going here and into that weapon stuff. He has very little articulation, side to side movement. You can get it on around there, but it kind of starts popping it up and even almost look like it breaks it there. So just kind of word of warning there. You can get some good attitude. I guess he's going to have some more attitude since it's Raw Perm and voicing him versus Gary Chalk. And I hope that we do get the ultimate surprise and maybe stuff will not get blowing over the old voice casts, and then having the new voice casts with these newer Beast Machine looking like aesthetics on the live action screen. I'm hoping that we see live action versions either this movie or in the near future, or if they set up a universe for it. That's kind of like a good action, getting ready to slam down both swords kind of pose. And of course, shooting at that time of day, the camera gets hot and shuts down on me, so I had to wait for that to cool off, wait for the evening to get a little bit more chill. The dogs are fed, and this is him in his little, you know, raising both the swords over his head pose. He looks pretty good, guys. I mean, articulation, all that, it's not, you know, on par perfect, but for an Optimus Primal, it's pretty nice. Just beware of that head waggly stuff. And let's get him in one more pose before he goes completely ape in beast mode. That just looks really cool, except for a little bit of the hang off there. But I mean, you can do some things, and you can get a little bit more toe there. But let's get him into beast mode and take a look at that. And 3, 2, 1, beast mode. Pro tip: whenever you're going to transform him into the shins and you ain't got fingernails like I don't have fingernails, you can just simply take this and pop up both sides. Kabam! So there's your first steps, guys. And here's the quickest and the best I could get him to imitate box art there, and or you straighten his head out like this. And that's about as good as you're going to get with Optimus Primal in a beastie kind of like mode. He does clean up really good. Very Beast Machines, very great texture, all the same. And still, I didn't have any idea that this would become his monkey butt. And that's I mean, that was a surprise, I guess. And then how this folds up into here, it's really clean. The only thing I don't like anytime is that extraneous gapping on both sides with the fist. I'm hoping that we get like a little third-party filler scent made that we can do. You can have his chest cannons, as you saw in the trailer. In this pose here, he doesn't really stand up and pose like Optimus Primal does with Kingdom. And I dare say, I hadn't did this comparison yet, he is definitely smaller than Optimus Primal from Kingdom, and Kingdom Primal was little as well. When you add back the sword accessories, they can act like a couple of extra cannons. So then you got a quad shooter cannon for this toy mode. This is an okay figure. It's not perfect. It loses all of the leg articulation. I mean, you can do some wiggle waggle as you want to there. And then, oh, there's the nasty holes in his feet. I know it's just, this was done by a different design team, but it does do things very well. I do like how the heads fold and swap, and the way they do that is very Kingdom-esque, but done better. But then it's like the paint and the details could be more out there and sing more, and you can get some bend, and you got that stuff like that. And it's a clever cheat that they did to get him into monkey mode and to retain all that articulation there. I mean, it's okay. And this kind of reminds me of the way his transmetal self does with the back of his fist like this. But I mean, anyway, this is geared toward a younger consumers, and I get that to a degree, but I'd still want my Optimus Primal to sing a little bit better than this. And for the price, oh man, this price, the $33.97 it rang up for with him and Prime, ringing up at $72 altogether with tax. That was about enough to make me say no. But being a fan of Primal and this being a Rise of the Beast official main line, I mean, I feel like loyalties were really tested today. I just about didn't walk out the store with it. And on to some final thoughts. I will be going back through and touching up and making this a better paint job and look. I'm going to look up some videos on how to get started about doing that, and then I will do an update in the future video with that. Before I do the paint job, I probably will do some comparison videos, some shorts or something or other, to show, you know, what we got back in the day, 1997 to today, and even like against Kingdom Primal, and just kind of give everybody a filler of what you're getting into when you go to get these Rise of the Beast. This box quality is paper thin. It's not even cardboard, a little bit cardboard, but it's a paper thin cardboard. I mean, really weak and flimsy, and it does got some neat designs on the inside. I'll probably do another short on the inside designs there that I didn't touch upon there, but that's about going to do it for Optimus Primal from Rise of the Beast. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down in the description below. Thank you to all those who have done so, and don't forget to go check out Rise of the Beast on June 9th. Check your stores, because either on the standee or back in the transform section, you could find this guy. Went to one store, they had the standee, nothing else on the shelf, Rise of the Beast, but then I went to another store, no standee, and it's actually not a standee, it's called a TRENDPOD. So there was no TRENDPOD at one store, there was a TRENDPOD at another store. The store that didn't have the TRENDPOD had these guys sitting right there on the shelf. It was one Primal and 2 Optimus Primes, and I left the other Optimus Prime for another, hopefully, lucky collector looking for it. Y'all have an excellent week out there, guys, until all are one. Thanks again for watching.